Legends of Evangelist, and today we're playing Sam Raimi Presents Return to the Dimwood, or any one of the titles that we have just previously mentioned. As always, this is a mature stream, so buckle up because we're going to have a rowdy time.
Oh, I'm watching Legends of Evangelist and Grumley was there for a minute.
You were a traveling band of 4 vagabonds joined by a new companion named Bitsy, a mouse from the clearing of Pottsville. And after getting to know her a little bit and trading stories, learning that she had a lot of interesting theories and allegedly was a heretic that had been driven out. You had been wondering why the pitchfork and the torch stores in town were so crowded at that time of year. And after setting down for the evening, you were awoken from your slumber by a mysterious figure entering your camp, attempting to hide. You realize that this was a fox girl who was avoiding a chase by various Marquisat soldiers, led by a dog, a hound named Inspector Jarvis, who was looking for an alleged rebel. You managed to buy her enough time to sprint away while you fought them, brutally killing almost all of them, and doing
That wasn't really an us group effort.
horribly wounding Officer Fuzz and causing extreme emotional damage to Inspector Jarvis, who both of them had managed to survive and escape. You then...
There's no way that'll bite us in the furry ass.
You then stop mentioning my search history.
Oh boy, I'm ready for a good one tonight, folks.
Rather just confess to the murder.
You managed to
Rich, your face band-aid is hanging off of your earlobe.
Ew, which one? The one that you can't see on camera?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's
When I
like
can hear it flapping.
Something about Mary.
Oh, just
Face
about. Oh,
Band-Aid.
it's completely off.
That's fine.
Were you bleeding? Are you all right?
We got a mole.
Continue.
No.
Oh.
Sorry, we didn't have to bring it up. I didn't know it was a touchy subject.
Remember to get your moles checked every 3 years.
Always, yeah.
Don't forget to go
Annual
Dermatologist,
Just remember,
Get a colonoscopy once
just
every 5
grope
years.
yourself regularly. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Welcome to May Madness. Oh.
What else? Oh, and there was one calico cat, a Marquisat soldier, who was horribly injured, wounded, and burned. But thanks to Bitsy's strange baggie full of strange substance that she rubbed all over him like a Thanksgiving turkey, he was saved.
That's right. You got him under the skin. I hate that. I wish you hadn't said that. I'd forgotten. I blocked it from my memory.
You managed to save this Marquisat soldier who was a cat himself, and it was a calico cat. And then the last piece from that battle is that after Booker had told this fox to run, she handed him a strange carved wooden acorn. I guess a carved acorn. And yeah, thanks for the sub, Asuma.
Hey, good to see ya.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. 30 months. Oh my goodness gracious.
Holy smokes.
Thank you so much.
With the symbol of the Woodland Alliance that Booker recognized, carved and painted. They decided to, rather than leaving this Marquisat soldier to the strange creatures of the woodland, they decided to bring him with them to their next destination, the clearing of Click Clock Crossing. It's here that they have entered the primary town that sits in this clearing, and seeing it's really just past dawn as this clearing dominated by rabbit folk, by rabbits, is just waking up and beginning its day. And as they made their way down into the town. They saw off down an alley, or rather often through the town, through the wide thoroughfare, they saw a chain gang of prisoners being led by a huge, by several Marquisat soldiers and a huge ram. And at the very end of this chain gang was the very fox that they had helped escape. And that is where we had ended the session. Does that make sense? Anything I missed? Any questions?
Question.
Yes.
If a calico cat has all its calico fur burnt off in a horrible accident, is it still a calico cat?
I think
That's a great
that's a
question.
great
I
question.
think the flesh beneath is still.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
is
what,
it?
how it goes.
that's what I was gonna say, because Handsome Jack has that weird patch when he gets alopecia, and it's got.
It does.
It's still, the fur matches the skin, and it's weird. It's
We
very
should
strange.
just shave him wholesale one day and see what it all
No, I
looks
don't want
like.
to do that to my poor dog.
Okay.
Would he realize?
Would he
Might.
realize?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like
I don't know.
He might.
It's like, I don't have any fur.
My mom's
But they-
dog, when he goes to the groom, like when he was a little dog and he first went to the groomer, he would act very embarrassed afterwards. No.
I know.
I'm sure they have.
I know I look ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm sure he would be embarrassed. And poor Handsome Jack. No, I can do that to my dog. Anyway.
Sorry.
So, we begin.
With the map?
Yes,
Yeah, let's go
I
to
think
the
it's a great
let's do the
idea.
map.
Because we are officially on the
Yeah, why don't
outskirts.
you move the meeple into Click Claw Crossing?
Oh my god, I love that the meeple moves.
Dun dun dun.
Moving meeples.
So real quick, what do the symbols mean? Let everyone know.
Yeah, do a summary while I fix the podcast link, which is currently broken.
Hey! This is the map of the Dimwood. For anyone who might be new, who wasn't here last week, we are huge fans of the board game Root. Several of us.
I don't think I've ever actually played,
Yeah.
to be totally honest.
Several of us are, and when we did this a campaign of the Root RPG in 2019, Rich and I worked together to create this map of the Dimwood, which has the same number of the same placement and number and pathways of all the clearings and all the woodland, but themed and created and turned into a world. These are different clearings that these factions, the Erie dynasties and the Marquisat, are fighting over. It's a war that has been ignited and has been dominating the woodland for a while now. And each of these different types of meeples, these little woodland critters that you see, represents a different faction. The orange represents the Marquisat, which, as you can see, has control of most of the forest. They have
All of them.
about 20 years ago, they came in and conquered the entire woodland. The blue meeple there represents the clearings controlled by the Erie. They are the old bird aristocracy who had once ruled the entire Dimwood, had collapsed from a civil war, and have now come back to reclaim what they believe to be theirs from the Marquisat. And then finally, one clearing, the green, is the Woodland Alliance, a rebel cell that, at the very least, they know is viciously against any kind of rulers of the woodland, and they seemingly have control of an entire clearing.
But we don't know much about them.
Yeah.
They're pretty mysterious.
They're mysterious. You know that they're...
They might even be dangerous.
Yeah, they're pretty dangerous folk, and you know that.
What?
You know that there's
Who?
husk
Fam?
whispers, and probably that far south is probably the most remote part of the entire Dimwood, Stickerbrush. And
Yeah,
then
we were
the
talking
little,
about him.
gray raccoon meeple
We should
represents
shout out
our
more.
band of vagabonds. So you might actually be able to see
have a
at
list.
one point a game of Root that might look like this if there was one warrior for each. Are we fixed?
Yeah.
Yes. Fixed. The links look good from here.
Good.
Of course, I'm just a simple raccoon folk. That's what they tell me.
You all have made your way into Click Clock Crossing. It's taken about an hour as you make your way through the rolling hills and almost scenic meadow life. Various cottages, burrows built in.
Yeah,
you
I'm
see
streaming.
the various
I just poked the
rabbits
heck
that
out of
dominate this
myself.
clearing,
I'm
along with plenty of other
bleeding.
creatures. You see in the trees the houses built for the birds that live in this clearing. They live across
It's okay,
the
I'm
entirety of the
sewing a
woodland.
red.
waking up
The
to
blood
go
won't
about
show.
their daily lives. The smell of baked goods hits your nostrils almost immediately, and it's absolutely just heavenly. As the hustle and bustle starts to begin as you make your way through the town, you hear another gong of the large clock tower that is at the town center in this clearing. As you see various carts,
that's new.
very heavily guarded, a dozen Marquisate soldiers guarding these wagons, going to and from a large borough structure, also towards the town square, the Better Borough Bank. Going in and out, also being shipped around down the river that intersects this clearing. And it's at this point you have this Marquisate soldier, the Calico Cat, shrouded in a blanket or some sort of other fabric, hidden, seemingly just look like goods that you're carrying. And it's at this point you see the chain gang, led by that huge hulking ram with a large underbite, almost drag these prisoners, many of which look malnourished and sickly, as you hear the rattling of chains as they're pulled away down an alley. And the townsfolk of Click Cluck Crossing, they look, their attention might be drawn, and you see that they kind of skulk back and shirk back as they see this huge ram with massive muscles lumbering forward, and they seem to show genuine fear towards this beast. And as he passes them, they ease up a little bit and go about their business. They don't seem to be particularly surprised that prisoners are being led through town. And that is where you find yourself, as the grumbling of this ram and the rattling of the chains dissipates, and it's just a nice, peaceful, but bustling morning in Click Cluck Crossing. What do y'all do?
Is this
Yeah.
Pottsville? This doesn't look like
It looks
Pottsville
very
at all.
Minecrafty.
What? No, I told you, we're going to Click Clock Crossing. That's where we're at now. We made it.
Wait, we just came from Pottsville. Don't you remember?
I thought we were going back.
I thought you said you could never go back. They were gonna kick you out.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
Should you maybe write yourself a note so you don't forget things like maybe lots of notes? That's a good idea.
I'm gonna take a stick and I'm gonna start to write into the path. Can't go back to Pottsville.
Well, there you go.
Now I'll always remember. Well, anyway, that fox that we saw. After all that, killed a lot of people to save that fox.
Well, to be fair, I think we were gonna have to kill those people either way, but I was hoping she'd at least get away, but it seems like someone was able to catch her.
Well, I mean, she got, Inspector Jarvis on our trail. It was all for naught.
Speaking of which, what are we gonna do with this guy? I like point to I just point to him like in your arms, and he's just like limp, and you're like holding like I was kind of hoping we'd like get to an inn and maybe lay low, because I don't know about you guys, but I could use a rest. But what are we gonna do with him? We can't just walk around with a guy who's mostly dead. I don't even want to say half.
Well, maybe I have an idea. Okay, I throw him around. And I rummage in my bag.
Quiet, goods, quiet.
I rummage in my bag and I pull out my old Marquisate tabard that fits over my arm.
Oh.
And I would like to put it on. And I'll say, okay, I'll find some kind of military medical tent and I'll drop him off there and I'll act like I pulled him from a burning building.
Oh, I thought you were gonna turn him over to that big ram guy and tell him that he was part of the Woodland Alliance, because that would have been a lot funnier.
Well, I mean,
No.
But then you would have to do that.
No. Surely your plan is much more noble. Much more noble.
All right, well, so shall we just meet at the end? I'll just go try to drop him off. And do I I want to look around and see, are there any kind of medical tents or any military presence here that I can see?
You look around, and I would say that you're able to take some time walking about the city. You hear the sound of the workshops starting to awaken, and you pass by a recruiting station. there's a line of about half a dozen critters, mostly rabbits, but several other species. You see also a blue jay that are going to sign up to fight for the Marquisat. You see that there are a number of barracks as well, especially centered in the banking district of this town. And you are able to find signs towards a field hospital, where you see that there's a number of cats and rabbits. You see a skunk with an eye patch and a crutch limping around, recovering from some sort of battle with an opposing faction.
Well, if anybody wants to go with Grumley to help him out, that's fine. I'll go secure us a room, and of course I'm going to get some food and drink because I'm hungry.
Ooh, I'll go with you.
All right?
I'm should probably go now.
Okay, that's fine.
The rest of you don't really look like soldiers, no offense.
Well, I just, I know Peggy. She's very smart and refuses to listen to anybody. And Bitsy, well, she barely knows where she is.
Oh, we went over that. She knows now.
Right, give it like 5 minutes.
Oh, we did screw up a letter on the ground, though.
After dropping the Marquisat soldier onto the ground, you see that he smudged out some of the words, and it says, "Go back to Pottsville."
Mm-hmm.
Are we going back to Pottsville, guys?
Yeah. That's cool.
You know what? Why don't you guys come and eat breakfast on me after our lovely haul in Pottsville, which we're not going back to.
You mean it?
I mean it.
Anything we want.
Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, within reason. I only have so much gold. We dropped a lot of it on the way out.
Okay.
What do you think, Peggy? In?
Yeah, sure, all right.
If you're not hungry, I could eat yours.
You're probably gonna have to. I killed a lot of people back there, and I don't really have I don't have an appetite.
Well, if you had I'll take it, don't worry.
I just didn't know it was gonna explode like that, you know? I thought, well, it's gonna scare them for sure. It's a fireball after all, but the way they were screaming as their flesh was melting off of their bodies and that stuff, I'll never get that sight out of my,
Make a perception check,
my
Peggy.
memory.
It was terrible.
Perception, you say? 16.
16.
Nice.
Your attention is immediately drawn all around you as you just hear the gurgling screams of Marquisat soldiers for just a moment, and then disappears.
Did you hear that? The gurgling screams of the Marquisat soldiers. For just a second before it dissipated into nothingness.
You don't look so good, Peggy. Maybe we'll go sit down.
Can frogs sweat? Because I'm sweating.
You look a little clammy, for sure.
I mean, she kind of always looks a little clammy though, so.
Yeah, it's part of being an amphibian.
What?
My stomach's gurgling, maybe that's what you heard. I wouldn't have said
Yeah.
screaming, really. It's more of like a...
Nice.
It's exactly what it sounded like with a few more pops. Let's go to the end.
All right.
It's
And
probably me, then.
Brumley, good luck. You'll be all right. And I'm going to give him break inspiration. 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
what-
I'll pick him up off the ground, I'll throw him over my shoulder, and my halberd in my other hand, and I'll sort of like get away, like I'll separate from them before I come out of the tree line, and I will walk up to where I follow the signs and try to find the
Yeah.
hospital or a medic.
Yeah, it's a very simple building. You see the sign. It just says Field Hospital. Nothing fancy. You see that there's a number of...
To say nothing fancy on the sign.
Yeah, it's nothing fancy. It's actually just a field hospital. Nothing fancy.
And nothing that's spelled with an apostrophe at the end.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah.
And you.
I'm pleased. Thank you for that.
You can heal here.
Yeah.
Or you can die here.
This is it. I need you to make a deception check at advantage because you're wearing a Marquisat tabard.
Deception, you say?
You've got 10 minutes, so don't be afraid to hold it if you need to. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I said
gross.
18.
What was that?
18.
18.
Pretty fucking good. Yeah,
Yeah,
save
I'm
it.
gonna save it.
Save it.
Okay.
10 minutes.
I'm going to roll for the Marquisat soldiers at guard. They get a natural 4, so not even close. So you see that there is a rabbit and a cat at the entrance. They're standing at watch. They seem to be a little bit distracted and lazy. They're very tired. You can see that the sleep is still in their eyes as you manage to make your way into the field hospital. You hear the hustle and bustle of the nurses. And the doctors as they're making their way to various soldiers of all sorts of species, and you can kind of hear the low groans of some critters, and you hear very faintly off in the distance what sounds like actual of like moaning or almost screaming in real pain. As you see that there is a front desk with a large tawny cat wearing a nurse's outfit, and she seems to be writing down something in some sort of ledger.
Oh God, it hurts. It's real pain. Please.
Hello. This soldier needs help very badly. I pulled him from a burning building. I applied a field medical aid as best I could with various salves and other herbs. I had to lift his skin a little bit. It's bad. You should really see it, please.
Can you make a deception check?
Oh God, it hurts.
Just
Do
straight.
painkillers exist in this world?
I was so close to the sweet release of death.
Do anything.
I'm gonna use it. What is it, a D8?
Is it
It's a D8. Yes, I'm sorry.
What's his name again? Is this Constable Fuzz?
No.
Sheriff Fuzz?
No, Fuzz ran away.
So he got away, Jarvis got away, Fuzz got away.
This is just
This is
nondescript
red
cat.
shirt number 6.
Can we call him Constable Fuzz from now on?
Yeah, that's canon now.
Okay, thank you.
He's 100% confident.
Sorry to whoever I lied in chat about that. This is not Constable Fuzz.
22.
Bingo.
Bango.
She got a 20, so...
Oh! So close.
Tawny Cat having none of that.
Yeah. She looks at you and she
Tawny
like,
Cat ain't no fool.
she looks at you and she tilts her head a little bit and says, I don't recall hearing about any fires in Click-Clock Crossing. But oh no, he looks terrible. Oh God bless you. The gods bless you, laddie. And she walks up and says, and taps her shoulder, and she's, oh, give him here. Oh, and you see that she almost says like oof, but then she steals herself, and she's like nearly half your height, and she holds this soldier in her arms without any problem.
Would you say that she's a brawny Tawny Cat?
She's brawny Tawny Cat, and you see that she's actually got some nice musculature.
swole.
Yeah, her sleeves pulled down, and she's, oh, he'll be just fine in Nurse Justin's care. As she.
Is she the quilted quicker picker upper cat?
As she says, oh, bless you. We'll get him all healed up and patched up, and you can come see him whenever you want. What was your name?
Oh, I am Field Sergeant Brumley.
Make a deception and disadvantage.
No!
6. I rolled a natural 1. Plus 3 is 4.
Shut up!
Awesome.
I'm very
She's too distracted with the body because he's coming out of his skin like a glove.
She actually does. She looks at him, and you say that as she doesn't really realize the extent because he was really heavily wrapped up.
She scared the kids.
And she looks down and she says, "You said a burning building did this?"
Yeah, it was a very burning building, burned to a crisp. Oh, it was terrible. You should have seen everybody else. This is the lucky one.
And she looks up at you with haunted eyes.
Yeah, I lower my head.
Oh, sweet.
This is how Peggy becomes a
I pray to the Marquise and her family that I never encounter a very burning building. Good. Good.
Oh, as she like takes him and hulks this entire this soldier onto her shoulder, and she reaches up. Good boy, and she gives you a pat. Good boy,
Oh,
Bromley.
that's nice. Oh, well, thank you.
And,
My tail's
Your leg starts twitching.
We don't get many dogs from New Felicia around here, so I couldn't pass up the opportunity.
Well, I'm not going to be staying long, and you know, so I'll probably be gone forever. Goodbye. Goodbye.
I'm gonna turn and just try to.
Oh, you know what I said? Oh, goodbye.
And then so she takes a nurse Jussa, head nurse Jussa, takes the can I write that down? Takes the calico cat whose names you never learned. So therefore I'm not the silent.
We'll name him Skinley.
Ew.
As you make your way, having successfully deceived the Marquis forces in this field hospital.
And I will hustle to the inn.
You do that, and meanwhile, the four of you look around, and there's a handful of establishments, but the one that smells the sweetest is a several-story building, painted pure white, very well maintained, that actually looks like a very large, cartoonish beehive that they might have in all the apiaries. And you see that it's called the Honeycomb Inn. The Honeycomb Inn. And you see the smells coming from this building is probably the most delectable so far. Although you can kind of get the whiff of there's actually a whole like bakery quarter in this clearing as well.
Hazel's just visibly drooling.
Yeah, so you see, and this is the inn that's closest to there. It's basically in between this town square area. And you see, once again, you look up, the clock tower is across the square. You see that what would have been a massive ancient tree, petrified, burned. There's slash marks in it. Some branches have been snapped off. But you see, once again, at the very top of this, a very large manor house built into what had once been a canopy. And you are able to go into the Honeycomb Inn.
When you meant it, we can have anything that we want for breakfast.
Yes.
And I can have hers.
Yes, that's fine.
And mine.
Yes, let me just talk to you.
How hungry are you feeling?
I'm pretty hungry, all right? Just hold on. Let me talk to somebody. Let me sort this out, all right? Look, we've got money. We might as well spend it while we have it. It's not going to last forever.
Okay, I'll wait for you over there, and I'm gonna run to the bakery section and press my little nose up against the glass.
I will try to find someone to talk to. Someone's manning a desk.
Yeah, so you see that it's not lively and rowdy like an inn would be after sunset, but you see a large line forming. You have to dart around as there is breakfast being served. You see that there is all sorts of pastries, sizzling meats, and a large pot of some sort of grits or porridge, all sorts of other breakfast foods, large pots of root tea and coffee. And you see that there is a heavy set badger who seems to be the proprietor of this establishment, going around. He has a large, almost like perfectly polished silver, what do you call those coffee pot things? The percolators? The percolator pot.
A
carafe, yeah, of coffee or tea.
Obviously, it's made of tin, right?
Yes.
Has to be made of tin.
And the front desk of this inn is empty, but as he sees you enter, he quickly goes over, he throws a towel that had been draped over his arm onto the bar. He places the percolator of coffee down, and he approaches you, and you see now he's wearing very nice clothes of purples and golds, very well dressed, of great finery. And he steps over and he says, "Welcome to the Honeycomb Inn. How can I help you, friends?"
Oh, well, thank you, sir. First off, we're going to need a couple of rooms, preferably as close as possible, next to each other if possible. Pay for 3 nights up front, and I'm going to need 4, make it 5 plates of food.
5 plates of food? Well, it's all you can eat. It's this flat fee at the breakfast buffet.
Well, in that case, I'll just pay for 5 entries. Is that how that works?
Yes, exactly right.
I'll just go in my into my coat pocket, pull out a small coin purse, and like dump out, a lot of or a good amount of what we got from our heist. Does this cover it?
Yeah, no, that'll be if you're staying in this part of town, if you want 5 entries, that'll be about 7 gold pieces all told.
Done. I'll push that amount at him.
He takes.
You got any of that Rye Barrel Falls rye?
Well, of course, yeah, we get it shipped in down the river, Old Tom's River, every evening.
I'll take another 2 gold out of my pocket. Have a bottle sent up to my room. I'll give him 2 gold pieces.
He takes them and like, well, thank you for the tip, friend. As he collects all of it, he counts it, and he very quickly swipes it into a till, closes the box, locks it, and with that he pulls out. He opens a drawer on the desk, and you see you hear the rattling of keys as he pulls out the number of keys that you request, and he places them on the desk, and he also pulls out a very heavy book, and he drops it down and he flips it open, and he says, and now, of course, there's the business of just making sure that we know who you are, as Viceroy Buntilda has decreed. We know where you're coming from, and to make sure that you're all good to go. A lot of strange characters coming in and out the past couple of months, trying to lock down on that. I'm sure you've heard of that. So just you need your names, your place of origin, where y'all coming from, where y'all going, how long you're staying in town.
Oh, all of us. All 5, not just me.
Oh no, I'll need all 5.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, of course. We can attend to that right away.
My name is Bitsy.
Yep, there we go.
Okay.
That volunteered that one right up.
This is Penny.
Oh, yep, Penny. That's right, Penny. My name.
This is
Have you ever smelt a body burning?
Penny, not now. Not now,
The
Penny.
sound of flesh popping in the woods.
Okay, I'm sorry. We've had a very traumatic evening, which is why we're here so early in the morning.
The way the bones crack when the fire gets into the marrow.
Oh boy. We said Bitsy, Penny, Hank.
I don't know her name.
Yes, Maple Nut Bar. You can start eating now. Go ahead, Maple Nut Bar. That's your name, Maple Nut Bar. Maple Nut Bar. And the 5th one that will be joining us, he's a pug, Pugsley. His name's Pugsley.
Adams.
Pugsley Adams, that's right. But he,
Make a deception check at advantage because you're being helped by all your friends.
Did you hear that? Oh, it's just a fireplace. Is there any way you could turn that off?
29.
I can't beat that.
Yeah, we came from Pottsville. We're here for at least 3 nights. If we need to add more, I can add more, but I don't know how that works. Sorry, I'm new to these parts.
How many rooms do you get?
2.
2. Okay, so yeah, it's gold.
Can you make sure one of those rooms does not have a fireplace in it, please?
He turns to you and he actually looks a little serious. And he says, "Oh yeah, I know. I know the smell. I was there. I was there 10 years ago when they took Sticker Brush and Rebels. They done terrible things."
Holy shit, that got dark.
The crack of the fire still haunts me.
It never stops
I
haunting you.
can't sleep right.
One of my eyes kind of starts to lilt off to the side.
Your tongue pushes it back.
Penny, why don't you take this room key, and when you're feeling better, you can come down and have breakfast, right? She's paid for. Take your time.
It'll give you time to turn that fire off. Who knows what'll happen if I come back downstairs and I see it on. And I'm just gonna turn around and go upstairs.
Well, this might cheer you up. He hands you a kid's menu and like some colorful writing and some different haze.
What is
It
this
comes
shit?
with crayons. I love it.
All right.
I'll get the chicken nuggets.
Peggy's safe. Penny is safe in her room. Honey Nut Bar is over there eating to her heart's content. Bitsy, please go ahead. I'll wait for Pugsley.
Pugsley.
At this point, Pugsley.
Thank you.
I'm just shocked.
Thank you, Hank.
I'm like,
You're at the buffet.
yes, but I don't have a plate. I'm just going to each station and shoveling.
Hey,
You were smart.
are you going to the
buy
kitchen?
all of that rye.
Can you get me
I
some
had-
water,
They hide illusions in the water.
please?
What?
Thank
They,
you. And
they
can
hide
you
illusions in the
put this
water.
one in the
Who
sink?
is they?
Thank you.
We'll talk about them later.
Huh?
Oh, you're getting us rooms?
Oh, yes.
Oh, it's me, Field Sergeant Bromley.
Oh, Pugsley!
Give me water
Yes,
now.
I missed
Thank
you.
you.
You're Pugsley. You've always been Pugsley. Here's the key to our room.
A pug named Pugsley? That's like the most cliche name for a pug ever.
No, I'm panicked, all right? But if you're hungry, I can bought you breakfast, so it's all you can eat and get in line, and we've got a room.
I'm actually hiding on the stairs and I say, yeah, outside of the name Luna. And then I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna continue to walk up the stairs.
Well, that's Penny is going up to her room right now.
Oh.
And Honey Nut Bar, so Honey Nut for short, is over there chowing down like she always does. And of course, we've got Bitsy.
Honey Nut.
Someone just said it, shouted it out, and it sounded like it stuck. I was in a tight spot. I haven't slept.
Was it not? I mean, as I was coming in, I might have heard Maple Nut Bar.
Maple Nut Bar. That's exactly right. It's Maple Nut Bar. Oh my goodness! I'm
I need you to
basically,
make a deception check.
I'm basically delirious from not sleeping. Maple Nut
Field
Bar.
Sergeant Bromley.
Let me write those down.
11.
I rolled a natural too. He said, you see the badger look at you, and his ears perk up as you say Brumley, but then as soon as Booker kind of jumps in the way, he seems to get distracted by another guest, and then hands them something that they need, and then turns back. And he says, well,
You're the
fellas,
bomb diggity dough
my
dat.
name is Bo, if you need anything.
Thank you.
And I don't sleep much, so all hours of the night, I'll have the rye sent up to your room right away.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bow, and I promise we won't cause any problems. You won't even know we're here.
What was he?
He's a badger.
A badger.
He's a badger. An American badger.
Thank you for that clarification.
Come on, Raccoon
hilarious.
Lee.
No, it's Hank. You know that.
I'm gonna call you Raccoon Lee.
If that's what you want, you know, Pugsley. Whatever makes you happy makes me happy. Friends. All right.
Where's Frogs?
And
My name's Bitsy.
and he says, and he looks over and he says, in the bar area, I apologize about the gentleman in the corner. He's had a rough life, and I don't have the heart to pick him out. He means well, but it's a little pathetic.
Well, we've all gone through rough times. It's all right.
Yeah, we have. Enjoy your stay at the Honeycomb Inn, friends. Let me know if you need something. And he goes back to his business.
All right. Well, I guess Penny's gonna be resting. Looks like Hazel's gonna be out for at least I don't know, the next 8 hours. I don't know.
Stop serving breakfast at 10.
Uh-oh.
What time is it now?
It's probably about like
9:50.
like 8:30.
Quite frankly, I was gonna go see our rooms and then maybe hit the bar. I could use a little drink after what we witnessed last night.
I suppose I could take my armor off and store it in the room and, you know, I haven't taken this off in like 3 weeks.
Yes, well, we could all use a little bit of relaxation. Yeah, maybe a nice bath.
I could drop off my bag full of sap.
Yes, you could,
Did
Bitsy.
you say sap?
Like tree sap, yeah.
You bags full of sap?
I have one bag, yeah. That's what I put on that Bernie guy.
Oh,
That was...
well, yeah, let's do that and then we'll...
Yeah, we'll drop off our things. We can split up amongst the rooms as we see fit. I'm a gentleman. I figured ladies and men separate rooms, but they should be close, so we'll be all right.
All right, let's go.
You do that, and you find wonderful rooms. You're able to join back as Bo, the proprietor of this place, looks at Hazel and he says, I gotta go warm the kitchen. He turns, he shuffles back.
Mr. Bow,
Yes, no.
could you ask them while you're back there if there's any more of the sweet potato porridge?
Sweet potatoes. Oh, well, we out already? We just. Oh, yeah, I'll go
Well,
ask.
it's just that it's an all you can eat, and I can eat more of it.
He looks at you. And his eye, you see,
My
like.
cheeks are like out to here, just like
You
shoved
see,
with
like,
food.
the flashbacks of, like, war horrors in his eyes.
And this was the last day they ever had an all-you-can-eat buffet.
And he
It's
just-
really delicious, all of it.
And he nods, and he says, "Well, yeah, I'll let him know. I'll let him know." And he shuffles back into the kitchen.
Thank you.
Bow money, bow problems is what I always say.
I wish I understood half the things you said, Bitsy.
But why is she still Bitsy?
Well, to be fair, I really didn't have a chance to jump in before she just introduced herself and then got all of our names wrong. So I just kind of rolled with it. But you weren't here, so I had to come up with one for you. And that's where we are now.
Well, I guess I'm Pugsley then.
Just for now.
Well, I could be Pugsley Brunley.
Absolutely. It's your name.
Maybe it's my last name. I mean, they don't know that.
Well, Penny offered up Adams, but you could be Pugsley Brumley Adams. That's fine by me.
Do you like a hyphenated?
Adams Brumley?
Hey, whatever you want. It's your persona. There are no rules here. Plus, well, no, hold on, not like that. I mean,
Oh no.
there are no rules when you're a vagabond. We're free to do what we want, provided we don't get, incarcerated by the Marquisat or, snatched up by the Erie.
So just don't get caught, is what you're saying.
Yeah, more or less.
Alright.
Are we all just like on the table?
Yeah.
So I had an idea. Are you done?
Oh, I was in the room. I was
Yeah, we were
told to
gonna
go to
drop
the
our
room,
stuff
but
off and
I'll come back down.
Yeah, we can all.
I'll make sure they turn the fire off. And before she comes down, I try to find like a plastic clicker thing. Turn the electric fireplace off.
You gotta turn this knob out.
You find a clicker, you find something as a clicker, and you hit it. The fire doesn't change, but you get a horrible ringing in your ears.
Touchdown, 49ers!
And it's just a dog clicker.
You're changing the channel at the bar and people are getting really pissed.
As Bo steps up and he's like, you need some help with that? Do you want us to, is it too warm in here?
Yeah, I mean, do you mind just making sure that the fire is out so that our friend can come join us? If you don't mind.
Make a persuasion check. At advantage because he has experience.
Ooh, 23.
Oh wow. Yeah. He says, all right, it's been a dark couple of months. I would stay inside. There's gonna be some public executions later. I don't know if y'all folks are familiar with that.
Oh, good heavens! No.
Yeah, no, the Viceroy's been cracking down on the rebels, and I mean, they deserve it. I ain't saying they don't, but
Oh, so are they members of the Woodland Alliance?
well presumed.
Oh, how do you feel about that?
Feel about what? I
You
don't
know,
care for
the
anyone to be
Woodland
hanging in
Alliance.
the streets.
No, I just mean like the Woodland Alliance. Like, you know, as a person of the forest, you know, you're not a cat or a dog or anything. I'm just curious how you feel about their message.
Well, no, it's pretty intimidating because he looks like one of the Marquisette. Because
I've seen what they do. It's not good to talk about it out loud.
Yeah,
Just
this is
just
hardly
call-
breakfast conversation.
Call them rebels. They fugitives of the law, criminals. Viceroy has orders, and I guess folk here got to do what they got to do. Once peace returns, then perhaps it'll all stop, and we can go back to our charming, comfortable ways. But they just brought a whole train of folk. They say it's gonna be tomorrow. So
Oh, we passed them. But we're going to kill all of them.
that's what usually happens. I'm just guessing. Now,
With the big ram fella.
oh, Clunk, yeah.
Clunk? His
Yeah,
name's
you-
Clunk?
You stay away from him.
Oh, is he? I mean, he looked very strong.
He is the Viceroy's right-hand friend.
I thought it was just his underbite that made him look a little frowny.
And the muscle.
Yeah, Hazel, he was like 7.5 feet tall and probably weighs like 650 pounds.
Have you ever seen a kangaroo?
What?
A kangaroo. I don't think they're from the Dimwood, but they're yoked. They hop on their back
Is
legs.
it runny?
What?
Runny yolk?
Yeah, I thought it was called chunked up.
Well, they do run. So here's the thing, they have these tiny little arms, but their chests are massive. And what they'll do is they'll put their arms around your neck, especially to dogs, Pugsley, so you don't want to get anywhere close to them. They'll put their arms around your neck, and then they jump up, and they've got these back talons on the back of their legs, and they'll literally rend you down the middle and let your guts spill out all over the ground.
So it's like a bird with arms that can run?
And huge ears like a bunny.
Oh,
This
God.
isn't in the Dimwood. We don't have to worry about it, right?
I've never heard of a kangaroo being in the Dimwood before, but they might, and they're highly intelligent and really territorial.
Oh.
Bones forward and his eyes are wide. I ain't never heard of nothing called a kangaroo, but there are dark things. I don't know if you've been to the forest edge, in the woods, especially at night. There's something on the edge of the clearing. Ground, they say that there's a bear.
I'm pretty sure a kangaroo could take a bear in a fist
The
fight.
Viceroy has sent soldiers out every time they have never come back.
Oh, my lovely.
There's supposed to be hunts every week. No one's been skilled enough to survive, I guess. There's a huge reward, but I don't know what fool would ever take that up. No amount of gold is worth that.
That's what I'm saying.
But how much gold really, though, are they talking about here?
You ain't seriously considered.
For me personally, no.
Oh, well, in that case, it's 5,000 gold.
Oh,
Whoa!
holy smokes. I mean,
Paid for personally by the Viceroy herself.
I don't know.
Tilda,
But Tilda,
No?
is she a rabbit?
how do you know?
What was
She's pretty
the
famous,
other
her
show
face is
I
all
wanted?
over.
What are
It
you
was
talking
a
about?
wild guess on my part. Are you okay?
You didn't just make a joke?
No.
Rabbit?
I can't remember.
Wild?
Started with an M. What
Yeah?
type of show was it? Was it anime or something else?
He looks at you and says, "You folks
I don't
really
know.
aren't
It'll
from
come to me
around
later.
here." The Viceroy is one of the richest folk in all of the Dimwood. The honey that we make here.
Sorry about that, hon. I'm
It's
focused.
shipped over the entire Dimwood, and it's used to sweeten the tea of all the fancy noble types of New Felicity. Y'all may even ship it back to the Mondecat, back to Old Felicia. That's how good the honey is, and she taxes the heck out of it, and with all the tariffs, she makes a pretty penny.
And you have samples of the honey?
Oh, the good stuff with the Queen's apiary? Oh no, that ain't for us common folk. We got good click-clop honey, and which you've all it's some on your spot of your face. That's just the normal stuff. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the dim worm?
Dim worm?
Yeah, it's a giant worm. It's about 3 feet long and 1.5 foot around. And it has a face, like a human face, right on the front.
The hell's a human?
What?
What's a human?
It's a gigantic wild creature.
Jesus.
Talked about in lore.
All sorts
Mythology, folklore, you know?
I've never heard that referred to as a dim worm, but the Willidigo.
Did you know that the Did you know that the Willidigo is an offset of the dim worm? They were originally one and the same until the cataclysm happened.
What's the cataclysm?
It's
We
just
don't
like
talk
in my
about it.
dreams.
What do you mean in your dreams? I feel like I'm crazy. I'm going crazy here.
I was
The Willidigo
stationed
came to me.
in Reconnoiter Ridge when I was a young badger, but I could have sworn that I had one night when we were out camping, I saw that bulbous shape.
You know how you can tell the difference between a dim worm and a Willidigo?
How?
One of them has a gold ring right around the midsection, and every time they scoot along that 3-foot-long body, that ring just wrinkles up in its folds and
Well, if there's
scoots
that
along
much gold,
with it.
then you should tell the Viceroy about it.
But it's the Willidigo that uses them, and you don't want to get close.
Well, I ain't never going near after what I saw that night in Reconnoiter Ridge.
Which was?
I saw people go off to take a leak in the woods, and they came back there chained after witnessing such a thing. The babbling, I can still hear it.
It sounds like a Willidigo.
I'm changed just from listening to this story. I'm just trying to enjoy some porridge, and you guys are talking about some horrific stuff.
I'm sorry, I can get dark in my thoughts sometimes.
You know what? I'm going to the bar. Goodbye.
That's why I have such a soft spot for old
Penny.
Nestor in the corner there.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
You know what? Yeah, I'm
calling in for you, but that was obvious.
I'm going.
Yeah,
You
pathetic.
enjoy the conversation. This is lovely.
Where are you gonna go?
The bar.
Oh no.
Don't we have drink service at our table? Do we have drink service at our table?
I can bring it to you if you care to.
Yeah, but it comes with tales of the horrific creatures. I don't want to hear about
The problem
this.
with that is that you'll be bringing it.
Could you bring us drinks in and go help out Fester over there? What was his name?
Isn't that the name of your uncle?
All Nestor?
Nestor.
Just old Nestor. Like, he's old.
I just call everybody old. I mean,
All right,
he's not
well,
that.
his name
He's
is
a
Nestor.
middle
All right.
age.
Well, I just want to be respectful.
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. He looks like a middle-aged duck who just had a hard, miserable life. And you look over as you see that there is a large empty bottle. It's probably about like 9 o'clock now, and there's a large empty bottle of whiskey, and there is a very rough, haggard, and clearly drunk mallard duck. That's sitting at the corner table, and he just looking absolutely miserable.
Now that's a guy.
I love
Now that's a guy who knows how to party.
Shall we say hi? He looks lonely. He reminds me of a duck I knew in my youth.
it. Is Bo gone?
But Bo, yeah, go take your drink orders and
Oh,
go.
no.
Yeah.
Did any of you in your youth have summer jobs?
I don't mean to interrupt, but I think Bo has a crush on you.
Why do you think that?
He called her a pretty penny.
Oh, that is pretty cute, but I'm didn't even hear currently it. living in the horrors of last night. I don't have time to think about a summer romance. Maybe Bo could be your beau and just romp you right out of that.
He owns an inn. You should lock that down right away.
Nothing cheers me up like.
Well, I was going to say pudding, but I guess like kisses in this case would be nice too for company.
I mean, owning property in the midst of the Marquisat's pretty impressive at this point.
I can't think about getting naked and rolling around with a badger when I can still smell the scent of burning flesh.
Oh, well, you should. Can we light a candle or something? I'm sorry, no, light a candle.
I've been told that lovemaking makes a certain odor, maybe it would.
It smells like my alchemy lab back home.
Maybe that would cover the scent of all the crispy corpses.
So did any of you have a summer job when you were growing up?
Just one normal breakfast. That's all I want.
I used to work at a place called Quackdonald's. Our clientele was mostly ducks. I manned the register, which was this place where you'd put the gold when people ordered their food.
A till. It's called a till.
We called it a register because that's where we registered the gold.
All right, touche. Fair.
I worked behind it when I was nigh but a penny in my youth. And there was this duck that came in. Flonald was his name. Flonald used to wear a shirt that was a little bit too small for him. In a lime green color. And a pair of shorts that were a little too short and a little too tight for him in a bright neon orange color. So his belly button, I don't know if you know this, but ducks have belly buttons beneath all that fur.
I wouldn't have thought that.
And his
Ducks
belly...
have fur?
I was gonna say feathers, but I feel like I'm just interrupting at this point.
Feathers, whatever. It was, this is a terrible story, and if I had to live through it, you're gonna hear about it now. And he would walk up every single day, and his belly button would be exposed. And Flonald would stand in front of me. He'd look up at it. We had this really nice menu that was carved. It was done by this woodwork. Anyway, it's carved onto the wall. And he would look up at it, and he would stick his finger in and out of his belly button with a loud, squishy pop.
I'm gonna be sick.
Over and over and over again as he went,
I want the big and nasty.
and I would say, Flonald, do you mean the big and tasty, sir? And he'd go,
Oh, no, the big and nasty.
and so I would order him the big and tasty. That was number 5 on the menu. And he'd pick up his meal and he'd leave, and then I'd see him again the next day. That's how I paid for college.
With big and nasties.
No, by working at Quackdonald's.
McQuackdonald.
Yeah, McQuackdonald's. Well, they eventually changed the name later. Yeah, it became a chain. I think it's all over the
Never
internet.
had that.
You should try it. You'd love it.
I'm sure I
Oh,
would.
the French fries are delicious, but I mean, I'm a frog, so.
Oh,
That story was so quick.
What?
Beautiful. I love that.
it sounds like that guy was just lonely too.
You know, I'm not quite sure.
I'm gonna go talk to Nestor.
All right.
I'm gonna. Where's Nestor? He's just at a table.
Nestor's at the corner table.
I'm gonna walk up to Nestor's table and.
Hi, Nestor. I just recently learned that ducks have belly buttons. And so I thought that maybe I'd strike up conversation with you about your belly button.
Now, why is everyone asking me about my belly button?
Bless you.
Is that what he really said? I thought you were fucking okay.
No. He looks up at you and it was a drunken look.
How do you know my name?
Oh, Bo told me.
Oh, good old Bo.
Yeah, he's a real guy, you know, and the buffet is delicious.
Yeah, I always called it the buffet, and all the patrons would throw pennies at me.
That's really good. If I had a penny to spare, I'd give it to you too. That's quite a joke.
I said that he should rename them. He'd make so much more money. He refused. I'm useless. I'm a failure.
But you could start your own buffet.
Oh, that was my dream. Well, not buffet, because my name's Nestor. It was my dream to become a chef. To be the personal chef of the Viceroy. And I used to be Bo's cook until I fell to drink.
Just break the glass and murder him.
I swear, we can't have one nice family meal. It's never gonna happen. I don't know ask for much from you people.
Oh, Nestor, it's never too late to change your life. And if you ever want to practice cooking, I'd be so happy to help you out and taste test for you.
He blinks at you and he says, "No, it's not just that. I've already fallen from grace, my reputation. I was a master chef. I was better than iron. I was platinum chef. I was lined up to be the Viceroy's personal chef, and I lost it all due to something so silly and ridiculous."
What happened?
Well, I was known in this crossing years ago as my duck sauce was legendary.
What's that mean?
Oh, the sauce coin created by me, a duck, and I named it duck sauce.
I've never had that.
It's not at all what you think it is, but
What's
it's
the
very
duck
delicious.
sauce? What would you put it on?
Everything. That's why the Viceroy loved it so much.
Oh,
But
it's delicious.
she would only take the best, most credentialed personal chefs. And she would only take someone who would earn a certificate from Gordon Raham's school. And I went through the whole thing. It was grueling. He beat me down emotionally and physically occasionally. And I got my degree. I just had to use the little duck's room. And when I came back, it was gone, and I had nothing to show for my years of hard work.
How far away are the rest of us? You can hear all of this. I'm like trying not to turn around like
Ramses?
Oh, yes, with 3 A's, the most prestigious culinary
Fine
institution
School of Culinary
in the whole
Critical.
Dimwood. Oh,
Ah, I've heard that's very prestigious.
it's nothing else for the Viceroy. Oh, and I would have been able to create the most delectable sweets from her secret honey vault with the Queen's honey. That's my dream, you know. That was the secret ingredient, the duck sauce, a little honey. No one would have guessed because it was a little spicy.
Oh, that's
And then
so
ever
what
since I
happened?
lost it, my life was over.
That's really
Something to the how can anyone lose something so important to themselves? I'm such an idiot. He's like, oh, Bo, can I have another? I have another book, please. Just the cheap stuff.
you always have your secret recipe for duck sauce, which was honey and something I'm sure that was very tasty.
You know the worst part?
What's the
After
worst
my
part?
terrible spiral started the moment I misplaced that diploma.
Maybe they could
I
just
forgot the recipe to my own duck sauce.
Well,
I could have been something.
that's terrible, Nestor. It's really, really sad, and
Don't be like me. I'm a cautionary tale.
I'll take that into consideration. And thanks for telling me all of that.
Oh no, I tell everyone who comes upon it. Everyone in town knows my story.
Oh, well, good.
I'm a laughing stock.
I've just got a little tickle in my throat. I'm gonna go back to my table.
How typical of duck is a stock?
What? What?
Ducks.
Alright. You guys have a good night. I will pick this up later. See ya.